You said you two are here for vibes while you crochet. That's perfect, because I'm just playing some music. You know, we did this once before, and I had a really good time with it. I did get some songs that were requested, but not all of them. I tried to keep my track list to about 2 hours. So we have about 2 hours worth of songs that I'll just kind of run through, literally. But if anybody has any requests of things that we played last time, I still have all those MP3s, so we can definitely do that. I know last time there was an issue with slightly with the volume of the game was a little too low. I think I fixed that this time. I don't have my camera on today. I decided I did not feel like setting all that up today, so it really is just a radio station. I'm going to go back up to the top. So like I said, if anybody has any preferences out of this, feel free to shout something out and I'll play it out of order. But otherwise, I'm going to go up to the top. This was my original warm-up song. Very relaxing song from Final Fantasy VIII. Very slow, very mellow. Perfect study music. Hey, I got a perfect score. Having this in one ear and your roommate watching Ghost Adventures in the others. Wow. Yeah, I can see how that might be a little jarring. More power to you. I don't think I could do that. I would get like really oh god, I don't even know how to, what would the word be? I would just get like really disoriented, I think, if I was trying to listen to two things at once. Like if there's two different songs playing at once for any reason, I cannot handle it. You think 8 will be your next playthrough after you finish 12? 8 is a classic. I don't understand why it doesn't get as much, or get more love than it does. There's like fans of Final Fantasy VIII that are like really diehard fans, and then there's the people that are like, it's okay. And I don't understand that. I think 8 is a wonderful game. Up next, we are doing a remix. I'm so sorry, Manta. I know you said your villagers would always sing this, of Bubblegum KK. But I thought it was a good remix when I heard it, so I figured it'd be a good fit for this. It'll be stuck in your head. I'm so sorry. Oops. This is better than the original. Like I said, it's a really good remix. I actually thought that song would go fast enough that we'd start flying, but now I'm curious what song tonight is going to do that. If the song has enough of a pace, it'll make her start flying at certain points, which is like one of my favorite things. Okay, we did this in Trombone Jam. Because I had requested somebody make the chart, and I was like, you know what? It's catchy. It'll be fun. My Shiny Teeth and Me from the Fairly Odd Parents.
When I'm feeling lonely, sad as I can be, all by myself in uncharted island in an endless sea. What makes me happy fills me up with glee. Those bones in my jaw that don't have a flaw, my shiny teeth and me. My shiny teeth that twinkle just like the stars in space. My shiny teeth that sparkle, adding beauty to my face. My shiny teeth that
here we go. We're flying.
like a Christmas tree.
Perfect.
You know, walk a mile just to see me smile. Woo! My shiny teeth and me. Yes, they're all so perfect, so white and pearly. Brush, gargle, rinse, a couple breath mints, my shiny teeth and me. My shiny teeth so awesome, just like your favorite song. My shiny teeth that blossom, so they grow to be real strong. My shiny teeth, I love them, and they all love me. Or should I talk to you when I've got 32? Woo! Shiny teeth and me, shiny teeth and me. My shiny teeth that twinkle just like the stars in space. My shiny teeth that sparkle and beauty to my face. My shiny teeth that glisten just like a Christmas tree. Walk a mile just to see me smile. Woo! My shiny teeth and me. My shiny teeth and me. My shiny teeth and me.
That was fun. That's such a good song. I don't care what anyone says. It's also convenient because it's 2 minutes long, which is how long you're supposed to brush for. I'm sure that they did that on purpose. I think you mentioned that when we did that on Trombone Champ, now that I think about it. All right, up next is a very jazzy song. It's the Chocobo theme from Final Fantasy X. I'm sure most of us are probably very familiar with it. Tried to pick some upbeat songs for this, because they'd be fun to play. And all I could think about through that was the stupid minigame in 10 where you have to get the balloons. Thanks again to this Psycho's for beating that for me, because that shit sucks. Alright, speaking of this side, I know he loves this one. This is from Sonic Adventure 2. We also played this on Trombone Champ, because somebody charted that, and had a level where Sonic was straight up running with a trombone. Thanks for the good vibes. Here we go, we got City Escape, or Escape from the City, whatever you want to call it. The way I'm waiting for Lahee, I know. I can't wait for that. If you want me to play it next, Goji, I will. Oh no. What a classic. Better than that new Sonic song, What Garbage. What, you want to time out? What are you gonna... You already timed him out once before. You gonna do it on purpose this time? Alright, Goji, you said you're waiting for Lahee. We can skip down to that. That's fine. I am very curious to see how the game is gonna map this. This is not the actual song from the game. This is exactly what you think it might be. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Do you know Lahee? I will play Lahee. Music start!
Oh man. That was wonderful. I don't care what anyone says. What's up, Miki? It's not torture? Alright, there we go. If anybody didn't know already, that's where Monta's sound effect comes from. Alright, going back up. This is from Dissidia Final Fantasy. I remember playing the game and hearing this song in the background and being like, wait, hold on. I need to figure out what this is. Because I think it's a really good song. And it was only in that game. Which was the big crossover fighting game for Final Fantasy on the PSP. It was a lot of fun.
marching bands howling. Compassion is the flag of the righteous man. The righteous man will hold. The pilgrims were gathered in the marching band. The marching band's howling. Compassion is the flag of a righteous man. A righteous man will hold. The spirit is over town, waiting for me to hit the floor. Blooming white sky for the voice of one calling tonight. Tonight, babe.
Missing Link, hello! Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. We're playing a music game today. Takes a lot of focus. Sorry about that. Currently running through a song from Dissidia Final Fantasy. How was your stream today? Thank you for the shout out for them. Oh, and I hit the thing. Looks like a great rhythm game. What I like about this one is that you put your own music in it, and it maps a level based on the song. So you can put any song that you want in this game, and then run along to it like this. I really like it. I think it's a lot of fun, and I love that it's customizable. There we go. I can look away now. Crypt of the Negro Dancer can do that too. Impressive bit of tech. I think Ghost Manta mentioned that game last time. Somebody did. Somebody told me about that game, and I meant to check it out, and I have not yet. That was from Dissidia Final Fantasy. It's called Cosmos, and I believe your favorite enemies there is the band name. So if you liked that song, that's what you need to look for. That was the PSP game. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and that song I've kept in my shuffle ever since. It was you. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that, and I still need to check that one out. Going back to The World Ends With You, I feel like this game will never go away from me because the soundtrack is so good. This is Deja Vu, which by the name, I don't remember what song it was, but I know once I hear it, I'll be like, ah, yeah, I remember that now. This is such a vibe of a stream. I'm glad you think so. Also, Missing Link, thank you again for the raid. Whoa, that was loud. Anyway.
Where did we meet before? Just like this. I know your smile, your voice, just like that. You talk to me and I smile right back. I don't believe in fantasy. Same dress, same smell reminds me something I can't forget. Same song, same tone in your voice. Tell me this, is it a dream?
You know, I was not a huge fan of the gameplay in The World Ends With You, but the story and the soundtrack were fantastic. Is this the only character in the game? Yes, you only have Melody. However, you can customize her. You can change what she's wearing. You can change her colors. You can change her hair. You can change her headphones. And actually, it's funny that you asked that because literally just today, like today, there was an update for the game that finally added Steam Workshop to the game. So basically, anybody that makes a mod for the game can put it on the workshop. So basically, players will be able to make their own outfits and accessories and stuff for her. So you can customize the character, but there are not other characters. This one I know was requested last time. You spotted Megalovania. So that's the other thing I wanted to say real quick. I said this earlier. If there's a song on the list that you would like me to play sooner, feel free to shout it out. The ones with hearts, we've already played. The white hearts, that is. But if you see something on the list you want me to play sooner, feel free to ask, and I'll jump ahead. We've done that a few times. This one was requested last time. I want to say it was Miki and or Manta that asked for some more Devil May Cry music. So here we have Nero's theme. Oh, I messed up. Whoa, the game lagged. It can't handle Devil May Cry. Oh, we got Virgil talking.
Would our fates be different?
Speaking of Virgil, I forgot to download his theme, so we do not have that one today. I'm sorry. Honestly, they didn't have to go as hard with that as they did. And now I'm guessing we have 20 seconds of... What is this? I don't remember this. Sounds ominous, whatever it is. Anyway, you have that one in your Spotify? I do too. I have that one, and I have Virgil's, and I'm trying to think. I don't think I have any of the other main character themes, and for some reason, Nico's theme is not on there, which it should be. We played that one last time. All right, showing off more of what we have available here. All but the last song. All but the last song is on this screen. So, like I said a dozen times, if there's something you want me to play sooner, shout it out. But up next, we have a remix of the Final Fantasy IX battle theme that I found, and I thought was pretty cool. Trombones, guys. Yeah, I had to throw a Trombone Champ song in there, because we've never heard it, like, by itself. What's up, Trev? This is fun to jam to. I love that remix. When I found that, I was like, damn. This kind of sounds like if the folks that did the soundtrack for 7 Remake had done a 9 theme while they were at it. I really enjoy that one. Anyway, Welcome to the stream, Trev. We are doing these not in any particular order. I'm going in order unless you want me to jump ahead to something that you see on the list. I think earlier some folks were mentioning Megalovania. I will jump ahead to that, and we can see if it's as crazy as it might seem. Fun fact about me, I've never played Undertale. It's on my list, not just to play, but to eventually stream. I figure a first playthrough could be interesting, but I still have yet to actually play it. I hear nothing but good things, though. Doesn't seem so bad. I'm liking this universal, the community's trash. Is it really that bad? Like the polar opposite of Animal Crossing? Let me guess, they're very gatekeepy and judgy, backseaty, that kind of thing. Tell you that you're playing it wrong. Spoil for fun, just love to judge a backseat. Wow. I wonder what it is about this game that attracts that kind of a crowd. Imagine loving a game so much that you want to ruin it for everyone else that plays it. What? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Oh, this is my favorite game. I can't wait to ruin it and make everyone else hate it. I'm gonna take a guess based on this sound that this is a boss fight. It's got that vibe to it. It's pretty good. Yeah, that wasn't bad. Like I said, I've never played the game, so I don't know anything about it. It's been on my list of things to play for a long time because I keep hearing people suggest it. They're like, you should play it, it's so good, etc., etc. But if you're saying that the community's that bad, I mean, maybe the suggestion to play it on Discord wouldn't be such a bad idea. Okay, going back up to the top, we're playing some Yakuza, or Yakuza, however you want to say it. Friday night. Yeah, we did Baka Mitai last time. So, we're going to do this one now. Oh, and I messed up.
I'm sick of this asshole. Get rid of
Hold on, I'm going to retry. I love that band sound effect, by the way. We ain't got time for that shit. Oh, that's it? That was a really short song. I still need to play those games. I've heard Baki Mitai like 1,000 times, and I've still yet to play it. I'm surprised how short that one was. Anyway. Alright, up next we have Hollow from Final Fantasy VII Remake. I love this song, and I'm trying to remember the band's name. I think it's Survive Said the Prophet is the band's name, but I remember reading how Nobuo basically like saw those guys in concert and was like, I need the singer to do my song for this game. Hollow right after that, I'm gonna cry for real. I know, I am sorry, but Hollow is fantastic. Honestly, I'm real excited to see what they do with the soundtrack for Rebirth as much as I am to play the game, because the whole soundtrack was fantastic.
Be lost, drifting along. bloody and bruised, brought to my knees, when beaten down, when broken up, you would appear, reach out to me, heal every wound, and make me whole. Was it all a dream? Will I never know? Foolish and blind to everything. Had I realized, had I thought it through, would you be here in my embrace? Shine bright once more.
Oh no. That was poor timing on my part.
With your every smile, hiding something more, dark mysteries lurking beneath. But I was consumed with this emptiness, this selfishness, this void to fill. Hear me once more. Show me your smile. This time for sure, I'll say the truth hidden inside your tears. But I know that you're long howling and
Man, that song is incredible. That song is good. What song is that? That is Hollow from the end of Final Fantasy VII Remake. It plays during the credits. I love it. We were saying earlier that some of the Devil May Cry songs are in our Spotify libraries. I have this in my Spotify, and it comes up, and I like never skip it. It's so good. All right, I think Trev earlier mentioned Persona. Well, that's what's up next. We got Life Will Change from Persona 5. You just caught the end? Okay, well, if you liked that song, what you heard of it anyway, it's called Hollow from Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't remember if we played this one in Trombone Champ or not, but this is Life Will Change from Persona.
It's not a game, I'm not a robot, and I challenge you. I'm not a phantom, I'm in your face, and I'm here to see it through. Right before your eyes, what just multiply? Got the flame right, it's time. As the power grows, try to stop us shows. Light us will go dry. Stop So you know that we out there, swatting lines in the making. Can't move fast without breaking. Can't hold on our life for change. And our voices ring out, yeah. Took the mask off to be free. Falling out in the debris. Now we know that love will change. And in a shame, I'm not a figment of your Illinois mind. I'm just as real as, I'm just as dangerous as you, so know you're fine. Lift up your mess, fight in every breath, fight inside your head, your heart. And as a grateful brain tries to fight in vain, your empire will fall And you know we were out there, swatting lines in the making. Going hard for the taking. Can't hold on our life for change. And our voices ring out, yeah. Took the mask off to be free. Falling out in the debris. Now we know that love will change.
This whole soundtrack goes so hard, you can't handle it. I know we have a couple of Persona songs from last time downloaded. Depending on what time it is when we get through this list, I'm willing to go back and replay something from last time. I didn't delete any songs, so anything that we played before is still available. I think we played a couple of different Persona songs last time. All right, we're going back to Sonic. So we have to do this one, Live and Learn. I'm trying to remember if this is from Sonic Adventure 1 or 2, because I'm getting old and I can't remember. But anyway, the music in those games was fantastic. I don't care what anyone says. Still holds up. Ah, those were tricky. Man, that takes me back. All right. Unfortunately, so does this one. I don't even know how to pronounce this. I'm not even going to try. Something. It's from Dream Drop Distance. Basically, it's the song that plays when you fight young Xehanort, which is very intense and also sounds very similar to the music that plays when you fight the mysterious figure, because it's him in Birth by Sleep, and I have trauma from that fight. But this song is just too good to pass up.
Submit!
The song has me button mashing as much as when I fought him. I hate the bastard, but it's such a good song. He's a pain in the ass to fight in every instance that you fight him, but his theme song is just so good. Okay, so I haven't actually beaten the main campaign of Powerwash Simulator to have context for this, but this is Make It Shine from the end credits, I guess, of Powerwash Simulator.
Make it all shine. There's an awful lot of dirt in this world. A lot of good things are covered underneath the heavy load. I'm feeling down under my own layer of grime. I can count on you, my friend, because every time you make it all shine, you make it all shine. Yeah, one thing that I know is that just everywhere you go, make it all shine. Nothing is looking that great to me. You know how to show how good it could be. You could have stayed in bed, you could have stayed at home, but you got out there instead, and yeah, you got it all done. What started as a trickle ended like a volcano, and from the darkest depths of the ocean, you're coming up gold. You make it all shine. You make it all shine. All the wood, all the stones, all the horses and all the gnomes. Make it all shine. You make it all shine. So clean and so bright. It makes me wanna get up and go outside. Make it all shine. Oh, you make it all shine. Yeah, it's really alright, and as far as I can see, it's pretty good to me. Oh, there's a section left to do. Couldn't see it before, cause we just used the stool. You're checking it out, you smell it, it's stinking. I look over at you and I know what you're thinking.
What's up, Spooky?
Climb up a ladder and then get back down. We're not gonna rest till we've cleaned this town. We'll keep on going till it's all looking good, and we put the shine back in this neighborhood. Turn off the tap, cause I'm ready to go. That last patch of dirt is gone, and soon I'm feeling real fine. Now I've finished the job, and it's time to kill
song was wonderful. You know, you're not wrong, Dizzy. Powerwash Sim is a gem of a game, and I did not know that it had that song in it until I went looking for tracks for this. And I deliberately didn't listen to it because I wanted to just hear it for the first time now, and I loved that. That was wonderful. Alright, we're going back to The World Ends With You. I don't remember which song this is, but it's Make or Break. I know that it's going to be familiar once it starts. Honestly, this whole soundtrack is worth playing. That was very funky, even if it ended very abruptly. All right, so this is what we have left. Like I was saying earlier in the stream, since Spooky, you just joined us, if there's something on this list you want me to play sooner than later, just shout it out and I will do so. But this is what we have left, and then depending on when I finish these up, I'm happy to play a repeat from what we had last time. I've actually got, I think, 1 or 2 in mind that I wouldn't mind replaying. Koji, you weren't supposed to see that. You weren't supposed to see that. We're not done hurting tonight, you know? Anyway, this is from Final Fantasy X-2. It's the theme song that plays in the menu, except it's when that like really weird band troupe plays it in Guado Salam. I don't know. I really liked it. You're calling the police. Oh my god. I'm so sorry in advance. If you want, we could just get it out of the way. Need a break from all the intense music right now. All right, I feel relaxed now. So Goji, you said you're going to call the police on me. Is it because I did the Simple and Clean Orchestra and then Hollow, and now you're saying that Y is just going to be too much? It'll be all right. We're going to be fine. Up next, we have the theme song from Moving Out, a game that I streamed with Peaches and Zombie. There's a Moving Out 2 that I really want to play. I'll get to it eventually. I'll be a murderer by the end of this stream. I'm so sorry. Why is Lethal so quiet? Mostly because I'm concentrating. Moving Out was a very fun game. Even if Zombie launched me into space for no reason. Okay. Speaking of... Okay, this was an experience. Concentrate louder? Okay. Are you saying that I'm too quiet, like, I'm not speaking enough, or I'm not speaking loudly enough? It was well-deserved? I don't know about that. Anyway, this is the theme song from Octodad, which, if memory serves, I played on Father's Day. Neither, you're fine. Thanks for clarifying. I never know with y'all. This game was an experience. You loved this game? I did too. It was a lot of fun, but I did not know what I was getting into. Part where I had to climb the kids. Yeah, yeah. That was a nightmare. The YouTube video I made of me playing this game is just 10 minutes of me losing my mind. But I had fun. I love that song, even if the game is just cursed. Anyone wearing earbuds, I'm sorry. Oh, it's off. Yeah, I thought about that, Miki. I thought about that, and I was like, you know, as much as I love these redemptions, it would kind of ruin the song if somebody just busted in with the FBI. Okay. I know that we saw that we have the Crisis Core song later, Goji, but I feel like this one is also up there in the pain department. This is from Final Fantasy X-2, 1,000 words, or 1,000 words, whatever it's called. This is the song that Yuna plays in the concert where we find out what the fuck happened to Len. Yeah. My heart indeed. It's an amazing song, though. I had it stuck in my head for like 2 weeks after streaming the game.
dreams could never fool me. Not that easily. I acted so distant then, didn't say goodbye before you left. But I was listening. Don't fight your battles far from me, far too easily. Save your tears, 'cause I'll come back. I could hear that you whispered as you walked through that door. But still I swore to hide the pain when I turned back the pages. Shouting might have been the answer. What if I cried my eyes out and begged you not to depart? But now I'm not afraid to say what's in my heart. 'Cause 1,000 words call out through the ages. They'll fly to you, even though I can see. I know they're reaching you, suspended on silver wings. Oh, 1,000 words, 1,000 embraces.
I'm sick of this asshole. Get rid of him.
Making all of your weary days seem far away. They'll hold you
Now I'm gonna have it stuck in my head again. That's such a good song. And the use of it in the storyline just, man. The boy cries you a sweater of tears and you kill him. Yeah, I'm not trying to kill Goji. This is, I believe, the song from the beginning of the game. During the fake concert. Real Emotion. Honestly, also a bop.
What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? I can't kill you. What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? Bobby and the hazy
I love how that song just really sets the tone for what Final Fantasy X-2 is in comparison to Final Fantasy X. It's such a good song. And a very good intro. Okay, we're going back to Yakuza now. I don't know this one off the top of my head. I can't remember if this was a request or if I saw it in a suggestion. But this is Rain. Meant to do that. I don't know what the context for this song is in the game, but I have to say it's incredible. Damn it, I keep messing up. That song was amazing. I messed up a whole lot, but I was having a lot of fun. Did you already do Friday night? We did. Can I play it again, please? I will say yes, because I remember it being super short. It was short enough that I was able to immediately forget banning some idiot. Yeah, we can do it again. And look at that, a perfect score. Yeah, like I said earlier when we played it, I was really surprised how short it was, and then I found out that it's from a minigame. All right. Changing up the themes here, we've got Ripped Pants from SpongeBob SquarePants, which honestly, it's an incredible song.
I thought that I had everybody on my side, but I went and blew it all sky high. And now she won't even spare a passing glance. All just because I ripped my pants.
When Big Larry came round just to put him down, SpongeBob turned into a clown. And no girl ever wants to dance with a fool who went and ripped his pants. I know I shouldn't mope around, I shouldn't curse, but the pain feels so much worse. 'Cause winding up with no one is a lot less fun than a burn from the sun or selling your bones. Now I learned a lesson I won't soon forget. So listen and you won't regret. Be true to yourself, don't miss your chance, and you won't end up like the fool who ripped his pants.
So apparently lobsters only turn red when you cook them. So I always wondered, why is Larry red? And I've come to the conclusion that I think it's because he's on the beach all the time and he sits in the sun. But that's just, that's hopeful. I hope that's the reason. All right, we got Rivers in the Desert. This is from Persona, I believe, right? I know that we did this one on Trombone Champ.
It's now or it's never, and I've got to make my decision. This time it could be my moment. Is this a mirage or a chance to fulfill my mission? A river in a dry land, the left is in the lost end. A heartbeat for a demon, a when I'm out of his field of vision. Don't ask why I'm ready, but I'm ready to strike him down now. I just saw the new stars, there's no time for indecision. A river in a dry land, the last is in a lost head. When the hope of new beginnings burned our feet, now we needed a heartbeat for demon. Oasis in a siege land, remind us what we're here for. Creating new life, creating rivers in the desert.
I love that Tails dancing emote. I have that on my Discord. One of my favorites.
Had a selling my word of conflict. One goes what keeps me going. Take back what I lost to the bosses of greed and fear. Yeah. Don't ask why I'm ready, but I'm ready to take them down now. The time for a new start is constantly drawing nearer. A river in a dry land, the last is in a lost head. When the hope of new beginnings burned our feet, now we needed a heartbeat for demon. Oasis in a siege land, remind us what we're here for. Creating new life, creating rivers in the desert.
You still need to finish Persona 5? I still need to start it. Also, are these soundtracks on Spotify? I can't remember, because if they are and I haven't added them already, I need to.
When a cool drop of water's all I need, gotta clear my head of anger and greed. A place to refresh heart and mind. Can I find some time? And rivers and dry land, the last days in a lost head. When the hope of new beginnings burned our feet, now we needed a heartbeat for demon. Oasis in a siege land, remind us what we're here for. Creating new life, creating rivers in the desert.
Big time commitment. Isn't it like 100 hours or something? $110 plus. Wow. So 110 hours. If I start that game by my 35th birthday, I'll probably beat it by my 42nd. All right. Up next, going back to Final Fantasy X, Seymour Battle. Honestly, I'm still a little disappointed in myself when we streamed Final Fantasy X because my party was a little too strong and this fight was a little too easy and I didn't get to enjoy the song as much as I wanted to. It's one of the best battle tracks in the game. The math ain't mathin'. It takes me forever to get through games. I'm still only about halfway through Final Fantasy XVI. Shout out to Kamari, though, for blowing himself up to win this fight. Eat me, Seymour? Oh my god. How's it compared to the others? Like, just in general? And I assume you're talking about 16, right? Where's it go on the tier list? I honestly can't say because I'm not done yet. I try not to judge it until I've finished it. I'm only halfway. So far, I will say I've really enjoyed the combat, and I've enjoyed the story, and I've enjoyed the world. I don't have any complaints really about it so far. But I'm reserving my final judgment for after I've beaten the game. And even if I decide that I hate it, I'm still gonna stream the hard mode New Game Plus. I'm on a mission. But I doubt that I'll hate it. I've really enjoyed it so far. We actually have a song from that game coming up in our last couple songs here. So obviously I don't know how the game ends, and I don't want to know how it ends because I want to finish it for myself, but I have heard mixed feelings from people. Some people say they didn't like the way it ended, some people said they did. But I feel like that's the way it is with any Final Fantasy. So, like I said, I'm just gonna wait, finish it myself, and judge for myself. I will say I'm looking forward to streaming the hard mode because I had a lot of fun with Remake hard mode on stream. And even though they're like wildly different games, I think it'll be fun. But I'm only about halfway through playing the game myself, so I don't know quite when that's going to be. Next week I'll be starting modded Kingdom Hearts 3. And the spooky season is coming up on us very quick. I've actually already started planning what all I'm going to stream for the Halloween season. It's my favorite time of year, honestly. Can't wait for more mods. Oh, don't worry. There's gonna be plenty. And And the thing is, I'm replaying the entire game. We can skip cutscenes if we need to save time, but I'm replaying the entire game, including the DLC, because I want to get back into the super bosses, because they're going to be modded too. So it's not like a 1 or 2 streams like we did with Devil May Cry. It's a full playthrough, so it might take me like 2 weeks. And my plan for that is to switch out the mods, at the very least on Sora, in between the streams, because there is quite a few. And speaking of Kingdom Hearts, this is a cover of Simple and Clean. I believe This Side Goes Up requested this. 180 beats per minute. Good lord. I think, if I remember correctly, it's a metal cover? I don't know. Oh, I see ramps. We're going to be flying right away. It's almost as good as the Donald version. I like it. All right, kicking it back to Trombone Champ. We're going to hear this without the trombone this time. This is one of the original songs in the game that I played on there a few times. Trombone Skies. I'll actually get to hear it this time. Perfect time for some Riku dudes. This song has no right to be as catchy as it is. Well, that was fun. I miss Trombone Champ. Oh, I got an achievement for playing 100 tracks. How about that? All right, we're down to our last two songs of the main list. Up next, one of the best songs from Final Fantasy IX that we heard quite a lot while I was digging for stuff, Vamo'alla Flamenco. Remembering that this also plays at the beginning of the game when you're dueling with Blank, and I totally fucked it up. I did not impress that many nobles on my last playthrough. Alright, it's time to murder Goji. This is called Why? Yeah, it's time by, what is it? Ayaka? I don't know. This is what plays during the end of Crisis Core when Zack gets turned into Swiss cheese.
Hitomi no oku ga boyakete mienai kokoro no soko no kimochi wa aru no sekai no subete wo te ni shita to shite mo sore ga anata no shiawase
All right, there it is, Goji. We survived. We survived. Okay. Well, I'm not going to send you off on that note, even though Crisis Core does that to us. I'm going to play 2 more songs. I've been thinking about it for like the past 20 minutes. What do I want to finish with? I'm going to play 2 songs that we played last time. 2 songs that I actually had a lot of fun playing. The first is going to be It's Terror Time Again from Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
You hear the screeching of an owl, you hear the wind begin to howl. You know there's zombies on the prowl. And it's terror time again. They've got you running through the night. It's terror time again. And you just might die of fright. It's a terrifying time. You hear the beating of your heart, you know the screaming's gonna start. Here comes the really scary part, 'cause it's terror time again. They've got you running through the night. It's terror time again. Oh, you just might die of fright. It's a terrifying time. All the trees begin to moan, and the monsters grunt and groan. Rotting faces full of slime. Don't you know it's terror time? And it's terror time again. They've got you running through the night. Yes, it's terror time again. Oh, you just might die of fright. It's a terrifying time. It's terror time again. They've got you running through the night. It's terror time again. Oh, you just might die of fright. It's a terrifying terror time again. They've got you running through the night. Yes, it's terror time again. Oh, you just might die of fright. It's a terrifying time.
They did not have to go that hard. Still a great song and a lot of fun to play. Okay. So here's the deal. We're going to finish this tonight with my favorite, my absolute favorite, the swing version of Dearly Beloved. So, I'm going to play y'all out with this. I love this song so much. Fills me with instant happiness, and after listening to that sad Zack death music, we got to do something happy. So, thank you guys for keeping me company and listening and hanging out tonight. I hope you enjoyed this and had fun. I've had a lot of fun playing it, and I've had a lot of fun listening to the songs. If you've enjoyed this, we can do it again. I'm running out of ideas for songs to play, though, so I would definitely need suggestions. The next time I'm streaming will be Saturday for the Bob Ross painting stream. We're going to fuck up a canvas and just see what happens, so I'm excited about that. I hope I'll see you there. And you guys have a good night. I'm going to play you out with this, and we're going to wrap up the stream with the song. So take care. Good night. Thanks for keeping me company, and I will see you Saturday for the Bob Ross stream.
Do you know Lahee?